Okay.
Hey, Little Decimal, how we doing?
Hi, Mathman. I'm having a hard time multiplying and dividing decimals.
Oh, I can help you with that.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go to the board.
Now that we're at the board, let's look at decimals, multiplication, and division. For multiplying decimals, here are the steps. First, you're going to set it up as a normal multi-digit multiplication problem. Then, ignore the decimals for now, and multiply the numbers as usual. We count the number of places you would have to move the decimal to get to the end of each number. Then you move the decimal to the left that many spaces in your answer. For example, 4.25 multiplied by 3.6. We're going to line them up like a normal multi-digit problem. Then we ignore the decimals. And then we just multiply as we normally would. And you'd have steps that look like this. The answer there would be 15,300. But what we did was we multiplied this as if it was 425 multiplied by 36. But that's not really what we're doing. We just pretended without the decimals. So let's move the decimals back. And we have to move those decimals to the right and see how many spaces it takes. So for 4.25, we would have 2 places. For the 3.6, it would take 1 place to get to the end, which is a total of 3 places. So in our final answer, which is 15,300, our decimal would be behind the second 0. So we're going to move 3 places to the left from there to get our answer of 15.3. Now we'll look at dividing decimals. First, you're going to move the decimal point of the number to divide by, or the divisor, all the way to the right. Then you move the decimal of the dividend, the number being divided, the same number of places to the right as you did with the divisor. Then you divide as usual, and the decimal point rises to the top at the end of the problem. Let's look at an example. Negative 2.6 divided by 1.3. So we have 2.6 divided by 1.3. The first thing we want to do is move that decimal all the way to the right for 1.3. And that makes it 13. Then we do the same number of spaces, which in this case is 1, for the 2.6, which makes it 26. While we're doing the problem, we're going to ignore the negative, because we know from previous videos that a negative divided by a positive will equal a negative result. So we can add that in at the end. For now, we're going to divide 26 by 13. 13 goes into 26 2 times, which is 26, and that leaves us 0 remainder, so we know that we're done. It's a negative because we'd established that from the beginning. Negative divided by a positive is a negative. So the answer is negative 2. And now it's question time. We're going to solve a couple of problems of multiplication and division. Let's get started. 5.19 multiplied by 7.3. We'll take this one step at a time. 3 multiplied by 9 is 27. So our 7 goes on bottom and the 2 goes up. 3 times 1 is 3. We add those other 2 to get 5. 3 times 5 is 15. Now before we get to the 7, we have to put a 0 placeholder in the ones place. Now 7 times 9 is 63. So 3 on bottom, 6 on top. 7 multiplied by 1 is 7. Plus 6 is 13. So the 3 goes down and a 1 goes up. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 1 is 36. We add these up to get our answer. And then we have to move our decimal places. There's 3 decimal places to move to the right in our original problem. So we move 3 to the left in our final answer. 1, 2, 3 to get our final answer. Now let's look at a division problem. 4.25 divided by 1.36. First we have to move the decimal 2 places in our first number, the 1.36, to get to the end, and our 4.25 will move the decimal as well. What we end up with is 425 divided by 136. Now we multiply as normal. 136 can go into 425 3 times, which is 408. We subtract and get a remainder of 17. So, since we have a decimal after the 5, we can add a 0 and drop it down. 136 goes into 170 one time. Let's move our decimal up. It rises to the top. We get 1 time, which is 136, and we get a remainder of 34. Now we can add another 0 and drop it down. So we have 340. 136 goes into 340 twice, which gives us 272. So we subtract again and get 68. But we still have a remainder, so we'll add another 0 and drop it down. Now we have 680. That goes in 5 times, which is exactly 680. So now we have our 0, so we know we're done. Here's some problems for you to try on your own. I'll play some music for you while you try, and feel free to pause the video to give yourself more time to work out the problems. Good luck!
So do you get it now?
Yeah.
All
Thank you,
right.
Math Man.
You're welcome. Hopefully that was helpful for you as well. If it was, make sure you like the video, subscribe,
And comment down below.
if this was helpful to you. Have a wonderful day and see you later.